But this is Hobble Creek, and I'm gonna roll you down this way, I'll put this later. I'll put the camera in the tripod and we'll get some good shots, hopefully of some birds and of the creek here. But you can see right away as you're coming in here, we've got little creeks. Well, it's all one creek, but it's feeding into this main creek where we're going to just take it down. And this will take us all the way into Utah Lake. As we get into the mouth of the lake, we'll take a look. I'm going to go into this little feed right here and see. Give you a good look at this. But the water's coming down really good right here. It's like someone was fishing right here with a bobber and he got stuck, and that current just pushed me away. That was awesome. So if I went straight in there, I could have put my nose in that and tried to balance it out, but I like my phone, so I'm gonna keep it in here. Here's another feeder right here. You can kind of see how that works. Hobble Creek. Okay. Let's turn this around. You can see the creek better. At least all the way up to where we want to be. So this is pretty nice. I used to fish in here quite often, and sometimes I'd take a kayak all the way down this and back up into the lake, and then back into Mill Race. Where Mill Race, you can paddle up that a little easier. You can paddle all the way up to that area right there where I just was, but it would take a little work. Anyways, this is Hobble Creek. So, like I said, I was recording a video, but I've already heard sandhill cranes. I've heard ibis. I've seen them flying, and I've even seen a couple snowy egrets. They're just starting to come in, and they share the gathering grounds with the ibis, and they're pretty friendly to each other. I've never seen them fight. Maybe today will be the day. I don't know. Hopefully, I always like to get proved wrong, but they seem to be okay with each other, and they respect each other's space and whatnot. But I've actually seen them foresting in the same exact spot. That'd be a good shot. Okay, this Hobble Creek, it meanders through here. Just recently, there's buildings next to us now that didn't used to be there. But hey, in front of us now is Timpanogos. And this is kind of the area where I heard sandhill just in front of us here. They're probably hanging out in the shrubs over here. I don't know if we'll get to see them. If they fly, we might get a shot of them. And I'll do my best to get a shot of a sandhill crane too. Just because you don't see them too often out here. But I mean I heard them, so if I heard them, they're here. All right. This is a good little spot to get the white bass when they spawn. Caught them in here lots of times. Okay, I could either go straight through right here or around that bend. Let's try straight through just for fun. I'm gonna have to hop a log a little bit. Let's see how we can do that. All right, right over that log. That was fun. Off live because I think we're going to take in the next quarter mile or so we're going to start seeing some birds, and I want to be able to have my camera ready, so I'm going to shut you off and I will post the pictures later. Signing out.
Well, it started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone. when the sun went down, as across the hill, and the town lit up, and the world got still. I'm ready to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Now the good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the sea may burn. I'm learning to fly, yeah, but I ain't got wings. And coming down, it's the hardest thing. Yes, it is.
Okay, live feed again on our way back. So we entered Provo Bay, and we're going to find our way back to Hobble Creek. And so, I mean, you can kind of navigate by, I don't have any waypoints, I really should, but you can navigate by landscape. So that group of trees in front of us, that's where we're headed for, really. But we're going to enter it from the right side over here. So you'll see there's these duck baby habitat things that were man-made right here to help with the ducks. And we can just follow those in. There were several behind us. We've been following them, but at this point, if I follow those two to the right of me, let me show you that, then I'll end up in a marshy area and won't be able to get out of there. But it's kind of a good place to be because there's going to be some waterfowl in there. But if I head this way, okay, and I get around this group of weeds here, then I could just take a left up here and I'll be fine. All right, so this was Hobble Creek. I did get some good pictures of some ibis. I saw some snowy egrets, but I never really got a good picture of one. Actually, I could see one in the distance, way over there. But I won't be able to get to that, and that snowy egret will, it'll disappear before I get there. Be all right. Okay, to the left of me there is 2 ducks and 1 ibis flying. Anyway, I'm just gonna head in this way. I'm gonna show you which way we're going here. Yonder way. Okay. Really, we just want to head toward these trees. You can get turned around in here really easy, but I just know this is a good little place up here where there's some ibis and sometimes some snowy egrets, and you can kind of navigate by this fence. There's this fence to the right of us, and these trees is where we're headed. There is a snowy egret flying right there. If it circles around, I'll get a picture of it. Fly away. That was good to get on film. Spooked up that coot. Somewhere in here is there's going to be a beaver dam. That's going to be my marker. Let's see if I spot it. Ibis just to the right here, and then sometimes there's I'm looking at another, what looks like a snowy egret flying at us. Can you see it? gonna fly over our head. No, it's not. It's a tern. That was a tern. From a distance, it looked like a snowy egret flying at us, but it was a tern. Okay, there's a couple ducks flying over there. There's some cinnamon teals hanging out over there, usually, and then an ibis. And the ibis, I'm hoping, is going to be right over here in front of us. So somebody built a duck blind right here. They're probably going to go hunting here. And sometimes the ibis are actually hanging out in the duck blind of all places, right? Well, if there's one in there, we're going to be right on top of it. Looks like they're gone. It's okay, we're going to go to the left up here. If we go to the left, it may just catch us something else. So we're paddling up Hobble Creek right now, getting back to where I parked. So at this point you can go right or left, I think. But if you go left here, you may find a few more waterfowl, because it's further away from the trail. So I've been seeing a lot of avocets in here today. The American avocet is a smaller bird, and they feed a lot like, I do see 2 cinnamon teals that just took off, and a red-winged blackbird. To the left, you can't see them. Apologize that I'm not getting them on video, but it's tough. You know, you're in here and you're looking all around, and the camera's not always pointing where you're looking. And if it was on my head, you'd be getting dizzy at this point. Oh, there goes an ibis. Haha, flying by. There he goes. They're beautiful because when the sun hits them just right, you can see the green and the red in their wings. He's coming back. He's swinging around. No, I didn't swing around enough. He's going to land over here. Oh, he's making a landing. So we'll go over there and see if we can spot him a little better for you. Okay, we're just backtracking a little bit. We scooped up an ibis. It took off, and then it didn't fly very far away. But it's going to fly again as soon as we get up here. Maybe it'll let me get to this sandbar here and I can zoom in on it. Maybe not. Okay, I'm on the sandbar. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. I can't see what's in the camera. Sure. I really can't see because of the sun. And it's kind of hidden behind some shrubs. Okay, it's going to come out in the clear now. You can see it. There's a blackbird there, and then behind it is the ibis. We kind of lost him. Sorry about that. Signing off.
I'm ready to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down, it's the hardest thing